With spectacles on nose and a pouch on side. His youthful house pose will save a world.
Give it me, for I am slow of study.
You may do it extempore, for it is nothing but roaring.
Let me finish the line too. I'll roar thou, but any man's heart good to hear me. I'll roar thou, let do say, let him roar again. Let him roar again.
I could have been a drug dealer. I could have been the average rapper. I could have been the average basketball player. Shakespeare definitely brought me in the right direction. My cousin actually passed away from a shooting not too long ago, actually. It was ridiculous. He was gunned down and whatnot, and I definitely did not, once I seen that, that definitely was my wake-up call. Shakespearience led me out of that. Now I'm on stage. One of my favorite artistic directors, Anne Miriam, quoted, she'd rather see kids on stage smiling than kids in the malls selling drugs or drinking. And Shakespearience was the seed of all of that, definitely, definitely, definitely. Now I have my agent going, I have good things going for me, and I don't plan on going back. Definitely Shakespearience has helped me and leading me out of the average hood, as I like to say.
And so you can see them going from a complete lack of comprehension to absolute understanding. Yeah. As if, the light bulb goes off and there's a moment where they say, oh, I get it, that's what that means, that's what those words mean.
Is this dagger which I see before me the handle toward my hand? Come, let the clutch thee. I have thee not, and yet I still see thee. Again, it gave me that structure that I needed. Coming from the neighborhood that I came from was really, really rough. Shootings, raids, gang members, and drugs. Really didn't want to be a part of that. Marvin Karon was comfortable. He made me feel comfortable. He made the whole team feel comfortable. And artistic directors of that year made us feel comfortable. I definitely didn't want to be a part of that, so Shakespeariance definitely made me focus, independence, teamwork, focus. And I definitely want to pursue acting again, so Shakespeariance definitely provided me with all of that and does help me in my everyday life as well. I go, and it is done. The bell invites me. Hear it not again!
I tell you, in all honesty, there's not a single day where I do not use it. There's not a single day where I do not practice Shakespeare and use it to my advantage. And to see these kids on the cusp of that discovery, that here is something that will be a useful template and resource for them for life, extraordinary. Yeah.
I'm Brian Chu, and I heard about Shakespeariance when I was just 13 years old. All these years later, I find myself in an incredible position. I'm currently studying biomedical engineering at Ryerson University. I'm in my second year now. And Shakespeariance has given me all of the tools that I find many of my peers lack. In engineering, people think that it's all about math and science, and it absolutely is. But what a lot of students fail to understand, and the reason they don't do so well, is because in any job, in any field, you need to be able to communicate, you need to have discipline, and you need to have a presence when you're talking to other people. There's no job that's all by yourself, and if there's anything that teaches you teamwork, it's Shakespeariance.
They come away with this much better people than they started, because they believe in themselves, they're empowered, they feel like they can do anything. I mean, they conquered Shakespeare.
Shakespeariance is just a great program.
A lot of people, and I think I would agree with them, say that Shakespeare has absolutely no relevance to young people in 2012. Shakespeariance has nothing to say to anyone under the age of 80. How do you address that?
I think it's ridiculous to say that Shakespeare doesn't matter to people. It was by coming here that I realized that Shakespeare is so articulate, and it speaks to what we all go through. It's not just back in the 16th century that it mattered. I mean, maybe we're not going out into the streets and having duels and, meeting random people and falling in love right away, but that the emotions that are conveyed and all that, they really still matter. And I think to be able to learn how to express yourself like that, or even just to see how other people used to express themselves like that, is incredibly important, not just to old people or scholarly people. I think everyone should get to learn about that. I think it's really important.
Shakespeare has so much knowledge and understanding of what life is That's one thing that I also learned. He understood people and life and situations in such a deeper and greater way than I think anyone does today. And he portrayed that through all his sonnets, his plays. Everything he wrote was so full and alive. I know, Marvin, you stressed the fact that Shakespeare is not only 100% alive, but perhaps even a million percent alive. And that was very fascinating to me, because if I could be that alive all the time, if everyone could be that alive all the time, then this world would be so different and such a beautiful and better place than it is. The best, without a doubt, the best 4 weeks of my life. I learned so much about myself, about Shakespeare, about people, about life, everything, really. It opened up so many new doors for me. Thank you, Shakespearience.